Baggage I pack, no going back. Baggage I take, lugging heavy with hate. Baggage I give, with it I live. Baggage I cannot handle, contents may include sandals. Baggage I pay, someone else's problem today. Baggage on the plane, trying to forget this pain. Baggage on the belt, forced to deal with all I felt. It was a few years ago, but I remember I was going on a trip to Seattle, and I had this giant suitcase that was overweight, and I had to take things out of it because, I couldn't pay for the bag. And so I had to take things out of it and, put them in my backpack, which I was carrying at the time. And just the fact that I had to lug that thing onto the plane, my arms were just like hurting because it was so heavy, and it was like 50 pounds. And I just kept thinking, God, this thing's heavy. And it's just, I'm lugging it around, and that's basically where I got the inspiration for the poem. I like pulling apart my emotions and analyzing how I really feel about things through the medium of poetry. And it's sort of an outlet for me to be vulnerable. It's not as constraining as prose and writing, and just sort of the free formedness of poetry. And I don't really stick to a certain genre or poetry. I don't usually stick to a certain style. It's more free flowing. It's more stream of consciousness, but except, in this case, I rhymed because I like rhyming, and I just like the whole idea of making things flow in a way that makes sense, but in a way that you could also draw your own conclusions from. The mindset that I'm in when I'm writing is my thoughts are just buzzing around in my head, and I feel like I have to, rein them in sort of a logical and coherent way. And sometimes that doesn't always work, and sometimes my writing shows that. Now, especially that I'm in college, it's kind of harder to just sit down and think about things, because it's so much easier just to distract yourself with social media or distracting yourself with Netflix or something like that. So I feel like the mindset is sometimes, or a lot of times, very unobtainable for me. But whenever I'm in that mindset, I try to block out as much of the world as I can. I'm also a avid photographer, and like poetry, it's a good medium for me. It's, you get to capture the essence of the world. I don't know what other way to put it. I feel like I'm writing with a purpose when I have a visual aid with me, because I could be writing about the photo. I could also be writing about the feelings of that photo. Picture is worth 1,000 words. Well, I figure I might as well complement that picture with some words. I think my main source of inspiration is just observing my daily life and observing my thoughts, and really going deep into how I feel about things, and trying to analyze why I feel about the way I do through poetry, and sort of telling a story not so much in the way of a narrative, but in the way of more of a journey, more of an emotional journey.
I lost myself. I waited still for a glimmer to